Ayun na. Kumusta kayo dyan mga kameta? Gising pa ba kayo? Mukhang natulog na yung mga kasama natin dyan. Sorry, medyo na late tayo. Humabol lang tayo after late dinner. Alam mo naman, dami nangyayari sa ating bansa. Kaya marami tayong mga minimit na mga eksperto, mga concerned citizens, mga international partners dahil syempre lahat ay tuwan-tuwa sa ating politika, napakagandang politika at ewan ko kanina basta si Kuya tanong ng tanong tungkol kay Alice Go. Sabi ko, wala na, nag-move on na yung news cycle, iba ng news cycle ngayon at pansin ko dito sa TikTok, mukhang na-censor na naman yung Alice Go natin. 8 views lang. 8 views lang dyan sa TikTok yung Alice Go natin. Akalain mo. Akalain mo. Twice yung followers ko sa TikTok kaysa Instagram. Sa Instagram, pag nag-post ako ng mga Mayor Alice Go, nakaka 2 million views tayo. Tapos dito 8 views lang. So, definitely nothing suspicious. Alright, definitely. Mukhang talaga pati TikTok China, concern kay Mayor ko. Bakit kaya? I wonder why. Yan. Okay guys, pag-usapan natin very quickly ito because the question I raised last week, mukhang it's more relevant even more this week dahil ang tanong ko is what next? 'Di ba? Anong next? Anong next? Anong next na eto na nagkaroon tayo ng hearings. I think everyone has heard what they had to hear in terms of whether authentic pa itong taong to, authentic ba yung pinanggalingan niya, authentic pa yung mga kwento niya, mapapaniwala ba natin, mapapaniwalaan ba yung kanyang mga sinasabi ukol sa kanyang lumaki daw sa farm. Tuloy si Small Laude ba yan? Pangalan niya. Ayan si, nag-post ng something na naka-tractor siya sa farm na mukhang naka-Bulgari, naka-Dolce Gabbana. Ayan. So marami palang lumalaki sa farm na naka-Dolce Gabbana, Bulgari, Serpentine, yung mga ganun na next level na mga simpleng tao pala. Tuloy lahat ng mga influencer dyan, lalong-lalo na yung medyo yayamanin ay nagpapakita ng mga pictures nila galing sa mga farms all around the world, di ba? Ito talaga, yan. Choco Cocoa, block ka na. Yan. Pagbastos kayo, block kayo kagad. Ganon kasimple lang yan. Salamat talaga sa mga platforms natin ngayon. Ang dali mag-block ng mga trolls. Hindi yata nag-guess sa mga trolls, ang laos na talaga sila. Nung panahon na empower pa yung amo nyo, hindi kami na-intimidate, tapos ngayon pa nalaos na kayo. Malapit na kayo maging 3% na lang. Alright, mga kamenta, pag-usapan natin ito. Ayan, ito na. Mukhang may isa pang gusto magpa-block. Sige lang. Ito na guys. So, the good news is, it looks like na-anticipate naman ng mga tao, no? Na-anticipate naman ng tao na when I say tao, ito yung mga adults in the room, namely people like Rizal Ontiveros and Senator Gatchalian, na gets nila na something has to be done about this. At accordingly, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng ito guys. So, officially, remember, ito mga hearings sa Senado ay hindi ito mga court cases. Although they could eventually lead to court cases depending on how the judiciary and executive act upon them. At mukhang yung DILG is pushing for preventative suspension yata. And some are even calling for co-warranto or other ways of kicking out Mayor Go from her position. Let's leave that to the courts. No? Tingnan natin ang sasabihin ng mga korte. Let's be fair about this. Tama naman si Jesus Cadero na presumption of innocence tayo unless proven guilty based on preponderance of evidence. But at the same time, of course, ito yung mga tao na walang sinasabi ng paninindigong na right and left. May assault on our constitutional democracy, may assault sa due process, may assault sa human rights, may extrajudicial killings right and left. So minsan I tend to question ano ba talaga intention ng mga tao na yan. Kung selective lang kayo mag-mention ng due process, then I have some question about your sincerity or yung angle or political agenda nyo dito. Anyway, balikan natin ito mga kameta because Senator Gatchalian has officially pushed for the banning of Pogo, and please watch out for it. Kanina lang, kahapon lang actually lumabas yung interview natin with Justice Scarpio dun sa One News View from Manila TV5 program natin. I think later early June dapat lalabas ng interview natin with Senator Gatchalian. Hindi namin napag-usapan yung Alice Go issue, pero pinag-usapan natin yung Pogo issue. So ang angle na pinapasok ni Senator Gatchalian is that there is a preponderance of evidence to suggest na ang daming mga national security and criminality implications, rule of law, law and order implications, itong mga pogo na to, itong mga online Chinese casinos na ito. So therefore, something significant has to be done about it. So in aid of legislations itong hearing kay Alice Go, precisely because uh, ultimately ang pinupush nila dito is to ban itong mga pogo na ito. Matagal na natin alam na may problema talaga sa mga pogo na to. Matagal natin alam na yung mga pogo na to hindi nagbabayad ng buwis, yung iba sa kanila involved pa sa kidnapping, criminal activities. And of course, huwag natin kalimutan, yung konteksto ni Alex Go, Mayor Alex Go, the reason, Alice Go, yung konteksto na si Alice Go ay napahiring is because yung pogo na allegedly, property niya, more than 800 people, almost 1,000 people ang nahuli dyan dahil may isang Vietnamese na nakidnap pala na tumakas doon. The next thing they know, nagkaroon ng investigation ng PNP at mukhang pati NBI at mukhang involved din itong pogo na ito sa potential espionage activities, surveillance activities, hacking of government websites activities. So mukhang multi-purpose hall lang nangyari dito, di ba? Hindi lang may basketball, meron pang ano doon sa kabila, may boxing doon sa kabila. So, may serious concern na may itong mga online Chinese casinos na ito ay multi-purpose in a sense na multi-front threats. Now, then again, of course, dininay ni Alice Go na sa kanya yung pogo na yan. But obviously, everyone is wondering bakit since 2020 biglang nakabili siya ng 16 cars, biglang may chopper na, biglang nagdadamit ng mga milyon-milyones, di ba? Walking in millions of pesos pagdating sa damit. At least base sa mga analysis ng mga fashion experts na nakita natin. Ako hindi ko alam yan kasi simpleng tao lang naman tayo. Totong simpleng tao lang, mga bumibili lang ng sale dito, di ba? But ayon sa mga eksperto, yung mga suit ng iba dyan ni Mayor ay medyo million yata ang pinag-usapan dito. Alright guys, so that's why Senator Gatchalian is really pushing for the banning of Pogo. And let's see whether maging batas ito in the near future because obviously under the former president Rodrigo Duterte invested masyado yung previous president sa issue ng Pogo. Hindi ko sinasabi literally invested. Okay nang bahala mag-research yan. You connect the dots. Wala akong sinasabi. Sinasabi ko invested in the sense that yung administration niya was the one behind the decisions that allowed for itong proliferation ng mga Pogo na to. In fact, things got so interesting that during the 5th visit of Digong sa China, mukhang nagkaroon sila ng hidwaan with President Xi Jinping. Not naman hidwaan, but a little bit of a disagreement whereby, for the first time, nag-disagree siya sa amo niya. Nag-disagree siya sa China. Nasabi na, hindi, itong mga pogo na tayo namin isara. Because, TikTok, huwag nyo i-censor yan kasi alam naman na amo nyo. China is against online casinos. China is against casinos. In fact, bawal itong mga casino na ito, mga gambling na ito sa China for obvious reasons. Dahil they tend to be involved in criminal activities, not to mention they nurture very negative types of behavior and all sorts of different social ills and problems. No? But anyways, Duterte insisted dito sa Pogo nito. So wala talaga tayong maasahan ng panahon ni Digong. Despite all of the evidence that something was seriously wrong dun sa mga Pogo na ito, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang ligaya nila, di ba? And of course, during the time of pandemic, mukhang tuloy-tuloy ang ligaya nila kasi online naman sila, di ba? Kung online ka naman, walang pakialaman whether may lockdowns or hindi. If anything, baka dumami pa yung mga tao nag-online casino dahil sa nasa pandemic, dahil hindi sila makalabas, hindi sila makapunta sa mga tunay na casinos, no? So, only since last year, there has been a really serious push to close them down. Pero base sa pagkalam ko, at of course, this is also part of my conversation with Senator Gatchalian and you can also check his interventions. Mukhang even if umalis na si Digong, marami pa rin dyan sa gobyerno ay invested pa rin dito. At of course, wala tayong papangalanan, wala naman tayong evidence or anything like that. But you can ask Senator Gatchalian himself. It looks like he knows that some very important people ay medyo nagre-resist dito sa pagsasara ng mga Pogo na ito dahil alam niyo na, okay, connect the dots na, di ba? So at least itong hearings ni Alice Go, I don't know about what's gonna happen to her because ang nangyayari ngayon is, I'll talk about this very shortly because we have to talk about Riza Hontiveros also. Because Senator Riza Hontiveros also has come out very strongly defending itong purpose ng itong mga hearings na ito. Now, so Senator Gatchalian is pushing for the for the banning of the Pogos. I'm just trying to bring this out. Ayan. So officially, ito na, pushing for the banning of Pogo, si Senator Gatchalian. So let's see, hopefully this will go all the way, and hopefully maging batas ito para at least officially speaking hindi na bawal na sila dito. Then that will completely change the dynamics na. 'Di ba? That will completely change the dynamics na. So that's a good move. Now, interestingly kanina, may mga tao na nagsasabi na itong lahat na nangyari kay Alice Go ay Zarzuela. Right? Zarzuela daw. Nandang dan? Parang witch hunt lang daw, 'di ba? Ito pa. Alright. So and obviously may mga kababayan tayo from the Filipino-Chinese community na siguro ang para sa kanila medyo nakakabahala na yung hindi necessarily yung hearings pero yung response sa hearings at saka yung na-inspire na diskurso dahil sa hearings na yan. At siguro ang concern nila dito is baka magkaroon ng magkakaroon ng xenophobia, lalong lalala yung problema ng racism, anti-China racism, prejudice, which is true by the way. Unfortunately, we do have xenophobia. It's a true phenomenon all around the world. It is true. The same way now, you can also talk about, okay, I mean, we can have a long conversation about this. So, I'm not surprised na siguro may mga ibang kababayan tayo na medyo concerned dito at sinasabi nila na eto nagiging witch hunt na to. Na medyo naging sobra na yan. Ang ginawang pinagpiestahan na lang ito.
Diba? A different voice. I think many of my comments are echoed among many of my friends, no? Na
so ito
bakit lumihis yung investigasyon sa Senado. I mean, it started with an investigation with Pogo, which we really, really welcome. I was a resource person in many hearings in the Senate where I asked that we should really totally ban Pogo. But now, naging Zarzuela. I mean, it's very irritating to see our senator with so many national problems going below decency and digging out dirt, digging out about boyfriend, ng kasambahay, and all this.
Si Jinggoy lang naman nagtanong tungkol sa boyfriend, di ba? I don't think the other senators were asking below the belt or anything like that. The other ones, to be clear, were asked, ito pala sila, si Ang Si pala yan, no? Si Ma'am Ang Si, who's of course one of the more prominent Chinoys in the country and social commentator, etc. Kaya interview siya kanina. Kasama si Ronald Aldens Liamas dito sa Storycon ng One News TV5. So ito po yung konteksto, no, na sinasabi ni Ma'am Ang Si na naging witch hunt na, naging Zarzuela na, etc. Kasi digging out dirt na parang below the belt. I don't know, I'm not sure about that. Kaya nga sabi ko, ayoko i-play yung mga tanong ni Jinggoy. Tuloy, pinilit nyo, ni sir, lagay nyo kay Jinggoy. Tapos nilagay natin mga tanong niya, yung mga chismis pa, yung boyfriend mo, ganyan. Actually nga, kung ikaw nga si Al, tingnan mo reaction ni Alice ko, doon lang siya natuwa. Dahil yun lang yung yung parang medyo light-hearted na question sa kanya. Tingnan nyo, yung reaction ni Alice ko nung tinanong siya ni Jinggoy tungkol sa boyfriend niya, ganyan. Doon pa siya napatawa. Parang na-relax siya. Pero the rest, all their questions about her background was not to embarrass her about whether out of wedlock siya or whatever. No, it's about knowing, wait, sino ka ulit? Saan ka galing ganon? In a sense that because wala siyang mapakita na matinong documents about her origins. Diba? And nung ibang documents na meron tayo ay napaka-contradictory. So it raises some very serious question. And again, background story. Connection to a Pogo, and that Pogo happens to, according to the PNP, be involved in espionage or at least some sort of disinformation or sabotage activity. So, may national security implication, may law and order implication. So, with all due respect to some folks out there, I don't think it's fair to say na the whole hearing was becoming Zarzuela, na bardagulan ang nangyari dito. And I think it's correct for Senator Riza Hontiveros to come out and make it clear na no. There's not a witch hunt going on here. Far from it. If anything, what we're doing here, guys, is sinisigurado natin na so ito yung statement from office ni Senator Riza Hontiveros. Ito yung statement ni Senator Riza Hontiveros, basahin lang natin dito. So Sabi ni Senator Rizal, this is not an attack on Filipinos of Chinese heritage. My own maternal great-grandmother was pure Chinese. The revelations about Mayor Alice Go came out after evidence of her complicity in Pogo-related crimes at ang ibang ebidensya galing mismo sa kanyang mga salita. Marami ng ebidensya ang nalikom laban sa mga Pogo sa huling 8 hearing na aking komite. Among these is the proliferation of fake identification documents from PhilHealth IDs to passwords. This just shows how Chinese Pogo syndicates have managed to obtain fraudulent Filipino identities through corrupt individuals in our government agencies. At malala, kay Mayor Go, she's a public servant. Right? So ang sinasabi niya dito is actually, may saysay itong mga hearings ito dahil na-booking. Na talagang daming, talagang ganap na itong corruption kung saan, kung sino-sino nakakuha ng kung ano-ano na lang ng dokumentos na kunyari Pilipino or kunyari magkapatid, kunyari nanay nila ganito, tapos pag tinignan mo talagang questionable yan. Again, on a personal level, mali yung, hindi ako agree dun kay Jingo yung mga tanong niya ng mga pakit na ganun, parang nakisakay lang siya. Mas gusto ko yung tanong ni Jingoy kay Jonathan Morales. Oy guys, by the way, dun sa mga fans club ni Agent Jonathan Morales, napalaya na po sila dahil after yung bardagulan nila ni mabuting senador na si Jingo Estrada, na contempt po siya kaya na detention sila diyan sa Senado. Pero ang good news naman po ay napalaya ito yung para mas gusto ko tong tanong ni Jingoy Parang mas gusto ko yung tanong ni Jingoy dyan na nakita niyo, di ba? Ito kasi may music siya kaya talaga the best talaga ito si Sir Jingoy. Mas type ko yung tanong niyang ganito na ito ba si Agent Morales, meron bang credibility yan? Itong tao na to ay napaka yung background nito, blah blah blah, tapos tuloy na uno reverse card ni Kuya Agent Jonathan Morales. So, I don't know, I found that intervention by Jingo Estrada more interesting dahil ayan na, nakakaalaman. Ang hindi kasi na-appreciate ni Sir Jingoy, okay, is that ito ay regular na doon sa show ni Buljak, ni Marlica. Kumbaga kung may RRL, RRM, or RNR na kami, meron na rin BN, BNM, alright? Or BNJ, parang pangit ang BNM na lang, o parang Buljak TV times Morales, Ahente Morales. So, syempre, matapang na rin ito si Ahente Morales, di ba? Hindi rin magpapatalo yan nung tinanong siya na ganito.
Edited. Sa'yo kung Cybercrime Group, knowing this person was a lot of
ito ulit.
records.
Yung mas gusto ko yung ganun tanong ni Jingo Estrada, di ba? So, hindi niya na-expect.
Yung sinasabi, papatunayan. Sino Jingo? Hindi kagaya po ang ating senador.
Yan, tuloy.
Alam mo, sino Jingo? Pakikalaman yung kaso ko.
Mas gusto ko yan. Mas gusto ko yung intervention ni Jingoy kasi nagkakaalaman na tuloy na ang dami nangyari dun sa ang dami nangyari dun sa the hearing niyan because of that that triggered the whole ousting or coup against Mig Zubiri, not to mention na pa si Jonathan Morales. Now, so I think it's very important na balikan natin ito si Riza Ontiveros because she's making it absolutely clear na wag niyong gamitin itong, well, it's a legitimate concern, itong xenophobia, racism and all. Of course, we have to fight back against it. Kaya nga sabi ko, mahalaga na may mga Chinoy tayong kababayan, katulad ni Senator Gatchalian, who are very much on top of this. At kung titingnan niyo yung mga ginagawa ni Senator Gatchalian, di ba? Ano sabi niya, anong ad hominem dyan? Na convicted siya? Actually, wala. Pero mukhang bawal na i-point out yung mga ganitong bagay-bagay. But anyway, balikan natin ito. No, I mean, Senator Rizal Ontiveros is saying na wag nyo i-weaponize itong diskurso ng xenophobia. Because while it's true na may racism, may problems like that, all countries have that problem, by the way. hindi pwede i-shutdown mo a legitimate national security concern, di ba? Para siyang nung panahon ng pandemic, di ba? Every time na may tanong about Wuhan or yung origins ng COVID, ang sasabihin ng China, oh, you're being racist, you're being this, and that, to shut down the conversation. Now, hindi ko sinasabi na hindi racist si Trump. Yung mga sinasabi ni Trump, yung mga ibang tao dyan, ay medyo para sa akin, mali talaga. At unfortunately, there was an explosion of anti-Asian racism and hate crimes nung panahon ni Trump at saka pandemic. But at the same time, that doesn't mean na hindi tayo pwede magtanong ng legitimate questions on the origins of COVID-19. Ayan na, baka mag-overheat na naman yung TikTok natin. So, my question here is, ano dapat gagawin natin? Hindi na lang natin i-mention na may problema talaga tayo na maraming illegal ang pumapasok na potentially involved sa espionage or potentially involved sa surveillance or potentially involved sa crime or all of the above at the same time. Alam nga naman, no, we cannot not do that. Pero nga, kaya nga hindi ako natuwa. Tama naman yung sinasabi yung, iba, yung mga ibang tanong, nakikisakay na. Kung wala kang tanong na substantial, yung tanong mo lang sinong boyfriend yung ganyan, wag na lang. Diba? So, yeah, nakikisaw-saw. Tama yung sinasabi mo. I mean, okay naman nakikisaw-saw kung medyo may added value ka. Pero yung, diba, epal. I think the term is epal. But even worse than that. So, ito yung sinabi ni Senator Rizon Tiveros. I appreciate. Dapat ganon, diba? Dapat ganon. Huwag kang Huwag kang pa-woke pa yung ito pa yung mga pro-China pa, pro-Beijing, mga pro-authoritarian system. Sila pa yung mga pa-woke ngayon na pa-political correct pa sila. Again, tama. I mean, sinabi ni Senator Rizon Tiveros, huwag natin din kalimutan na ang POGO sa munisipalidad ni Mayor ay may di umanong hacking at surveillance activities. Considering China's aggressive influence operations around the world, it would be remiss of the Senate not to look into this angle. As the good senator, mabuting Senator Cynthia Villar said, di ba, bababa tayo, di ba? Siyempre, alangan din natin titignan kung something fishy really is going on. Marami pang gustong ibunyag ang ilang government agency tungkol sa POGOs na kanilang gagawin sa executive session bago ang susunod na public hearing. So, of course, for those who are not familiar with it, an executive session is off the record. So, ang nakikita po lang natin dito is yung on the record public hearings. Pero at the same time, there are executive sessions kung saan may mga representatives ng mga iba't ibang ahensya at sila po ay nagsishare ng confidential information and there is coordination on possible filing of criminal charges or some decisive action on this front. Sa gitna ng lahat ito, inuulit ko na ang paalala ko na hindi kailanman magiging katanggap-tanggap ang racism, xenophobia at xenophobia. Regardless of our heritage, all law-abiding citizens should not be the subject of hate and discrimination. Exactly. This is not a witch hunt. This is not about politics. It's about national security, criminal activities, accountability in public service, the rights and welfare of women and children, and the structural failure of our system to regulate POGO as a business model. O yan, sabi niya, choppy na yung audio ka yan. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, hello? Ayan na. Nagkakaalaman na. Ayan, mas okay ba yung audio natin? So, ito yung sinasabi natin mga kababayan. No? On one hand, tama naman. Dapat walang racism, xenophobia. Tama naman. Sana hindi nakikisawsaw yung mga senador dyan. Lalo na kung, alam niyo na, hindi natin kailangan sabihin. Huwag magtanong ng mga extraneous questions or irrelevant questions or yung mga questions that undercut the seriousness of the discussion. But at the same time, guys, hindi naman tayo pwede maging syunga. Di ba? Hindi naman tayo pwede na hayaan natin na gagamitin ng iba as an excuse yun para hindi natin i-scrutinize yung talaga yung mga pangyayari sa ating bansa. Especially when there's a preponderance of evidence, guys, na something seriously wrong is going on sa ating bansa. Right? Something very, very serious is going on. So, tingnan natin ito, guys. Okay? Now, while we're waiting for what's happening dito sa Senate hearings, because I really hope to see developments on banning of the POGOs and then also revelations about whether may entwinement ang POGOs and espionage and surveillance activities. But I want to also get to know kung magkakaroon ng follow-through dun sa mga enablers. Alright? It's important to find out sinong ang mga taong tumulong sa mga ganito, mga POGO na to, or sa mga questionable mayor na naging mayor na baka naman hindi dapat naging mayor, right? So we have to look at a whole set of people who have enabled this crazy situation that we're looking at. All right? Now, having said that, I think we're all very much encouraged, no? You're very much encouraged. Oh, tama yan, palusot ng mga ibang ano yan. Kunyari lang, ano, palusot lang nila yan. Now, going back to this, guys, as encouraging as the case of Riza Ontiveros is, as encouraging as what people like Sherwin Gatchalian are doing, I was very glad to also see this morning, because let's be honest, we haven't heard from this gentleman for quite some time. Ito si Mayor Vico Soto. Diba? We haven't heard from him for quite some time. Let's not forget, he was part of that wave. Si Isko Moreno, mahabang usapan yan, things went wayward, right? I don't know what next is gonna do. But when it comes to Vico Soto, he has been very quiet. He has barely given any interviews. Sinasabi pa ng iba dyan ay medyo suplado daw or whatever. We made multiple efforts to make sure we can arrange an interview with him. Mukhang talagang he wants some sort of media blackout for now. So okay, respect. Okay. So actually for a moment, medyo nakalimutan natin si Vico Soto na wala siya sa ating imahinasyon. I mean, not in mine. I'm talking about public discourse. Obviously, so kanina when I was looking at some of the news, and in fact, these are news sites that I'm not even familiar with. Kanina ko lang nakita. At interestingly, meron siyang speech kanina, and I think very good speech. And ang konteksto ng speech niya was itong new City Hall project na meron sila na I think 9 billion pesos. So malaking proyekto yan, mga kameta. And I actually went to the City Hall last year. Was hoping to interview him, pero Saturday ako nag-drop by so walang katao-tao. Yun lang yung time ko na medyo free. Hindi actually last year pa yata yun kasi nagtutulog na tayo sa Saturdays. So wala siya and all of that. And I realized, okay, this guy is very busy. And this guy wants to keep away from all of the toxicity and polarization and partisanship. In fact, as you know, also itong tao na to ay also resigned dun sa isang political party, etc. So he's really on his own right now, and 100% focus siya ngayon sa project niya sa Pasig, no? And actually I was glad na itong algorithm ko showed a footage of his speech, and very important good speech that he gave. Please correct me if so ito yung news site na chinek ko siya. And actually I Bravo News. All right. Sachet News Online. All right. I don't know, 57 ang followers nila dito sa Twitter or whatever. So it's not necessarily a mainstream one, but I'm glad that they covered LGU related news, and in particular dito yung speech ni Senator. Oh well, you never know, right? Kasi Soto, di ba? Si Tito Soto kasi naalala ko pag senador, di ba? Ito si Mayor Vico Soto. And of course, when it comes to Mayor Vico Soto, I've heard many good things about him from other mayors, from other senators, from other people who know him. And if you remember yung dun sa isang meta episode natin with Leloy Claudio, sinabi ni Leloy na sa kanyang pagkaalam, this is a guy who's reading about the legacy of his great-grandfather, the first Senator Soto, who was really, really one of the great statesmen of the 20th century as far as the Philippine history at least is concerned. Diba? So, practically everyone I talk to na even definitely off the record, they would still say this guy is really something special, right? Again, this is politics. You never know, whatever. Okay, so I don't want to, hype things up. There's no need even to hype this person. So anyway, I went to the City Hall. I saw a little bit of yung mga big projects. Dun sa elevator, pag akyat mo dun sa top floor, papunta sa office ni Mayor, makikita mo talaga yung lawak ng proyekto nila. So obviously, alam niyo naman sa pagkaalam ko, he wants to stay for one more term. So kung yung iba sa inyo umaasa na mag-national politics siya or at the very least Senate siya, we're looking at 2028. And he will not be in an age to run for presidency by then, by the way. So bata pa yan, bata pa. So he's gonna stay one more term. So obviously that means na yung mga kalaban niya, hindi natin kailangan sabihin sino mga to, yung mga natanggal nila, yung mga alam mo na, 'di ba? Ay gumagawa ng kwento, 'di ba? Gumagawa ng kwento-kwento ukol dito sa kanyang city hall, new city hall, urban revitalization project. It's very big one. I mean, his city is a very nice, very cozy city. So this is a really big project if you look at it. So in fairness to the guy, ito yung nagets ni Vico Soto na at the end of the day, hindi pwede hanggang good governance ka lang. You know, good governance is important. Maganda na hindi ka magnanakaw, maganda na hindi ka corrupt, maganda na lumalaban ka sa corruption. Pero aminin natin, mas hinahanap pa ng tao, especially sa mga mahihirap na bansa or sa mga umuunlad pa lang na bansa, yung mga developing, hindi pa developed, hindi maunlad, yung umuunlad pa lang, mahalaga na meron kang mga infrastructure projects, meron kang concrete projects, literally concrete projects. Dahil yun ang hinanap ng tao. Para maganda, okay, hindi ka corrupt, okay, maganda yan. Pero anong ulit ang ginawa mo? Anong ulit yung legacy mo? And so this guy is very smart. He realized you really need to leave behind concrete, literal concrete projects. That's a way to make a legacy, but also that's a way to make good governance work over the long run, right? Of course, ang tanong sa akin is once tapos na siya sa mayoral niya at gusto niya mag-national office, sino naman i-promote niya? Sinong next in line? Is there a particular counselor or someone like else? Kasi otherwise, baka bumalik na yung mga alam niya na, di ba? Mga dynasties dyan and all. Di ba? Now, the reason why I like itong speech ni Vico Soto in particular is look at his tone. Look at how he responds dun sa mga haters and mga trolls and trapos. And then at the same time, look at the level of confidence and mastery of details he's showing while also projecting humility na don't expect him to know every single details, engineering, civil engineering details and all. But nevertheless, I think he gives us some good idea about how you should fight for your convictions, fight for your position in office, fight against the bad people, and do it in a dignified statesman-like way. All right, and I'm saying it as someone na medyo